preparing to put in an Ebbe Bond Flange with a Schluter pan. So we're just going to mark out center of the drain right now. And I want to make sure that I'm going to avoid my floor joist. If it did come over into the floor joist, we can cut some of this away on top of the floor joist. We just don't want to notch the floor joist. And the Ebbe Bond Flange is about 3/4 of an inch once it reaches this point to this point on the floor. We can go clear over the floor joist instead of right up next to it. So it's really bonded, really solidly attached to the subfloor. If you wanted to, you could add mortar to the back just to add a little bit more, but it's totally not necessary. One of the differences with the Ebbe Bond Flange over a Schluter Bond Flange is that a plumber can come in and install this before the tile guy ever gets here. But what we're going to do next is we just have to remove this white piece of foam right here. And then the rest of the installation goes just like a Schluter pan. So it's really easy to remove this white part. It essentially just snaps out. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and wipe down the subfloor, make sure it's good and clean, and also make sure the drain is good and clean. Any dust or contaminants will interfere with the bond, so we just need to get all that off. So after we get that all bedded in the mortar and put down, that's pretty much it. Then we'll just show you how to adjust the riser for height and set it in position, because it is still adjustable. Okay, so what we've done here is we've got the riser set flush with the tile. And so what you want to do is, depending on the size trowel you're using, is to adjust for mortar. We're going to be using a 1/4 by 1/4 notch, so I want to adjust this up about 1/10 of an inch to account for that mortar. So every full turn of the drain will give us about 1/10 of an inch. Every quarter turn is 1/4 of that, so 25 thousandths of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and go up a full revolution. So I'm going to move the drain up, and then check it again. So that feels just about right for mortar, and once you've done it a few times, you'll get used to it. The bigger notch you use, you're going to have to go higher. I think since these are a little bit longer, I might want to go just a little bit more. The worst thing we can do is have the drain sitting too high. So really, this is kind of best case scenario. So what we're going to do after we get it set to height, we're going to move this out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and we'll pack deck mud around the drain riser and make sure that it's level. So what I have here is just some mortar bed mix, 4-to-1. I've mixed it a little wetter than normal. But we're just going to go ahead and start packing that down in around the riser. And then you're going to periodically want to check level as well as position. This mortar does a couple things. It supports the riser, and then it also allows for weep water that gets under the tile to escape out the drain. So after we've got the mortar in and packed around the drain, we're just going to go ahead and check for level. Looks good. And then also positional, because you can move this a little bit and just make sure that it's on layout and you're good to go. After that sets up for a little while, you're ready to tile.